Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Linsay, with LindsayMoore.com. So I wanted to do this video because I just did a live stream inside of my Diamond Stars group on Facebook, and it's kind of like a Q&A or pretty much whatever else. I asked, people if they had some questions that's related to e-commerce or their business or whatever else that they can ask inside of this group. So I just had that live stream just a few minutes ago, but for whatever reason, it was just a little choppy. So that's the reason why I didn't upload it directly to YouTube. So that's why I'm doing this video now, to kind of give you guys, a little insight of what I, was sharing with them all, okay? So one of the big things that I have noticed, and even with on this YouTube channel and things like that, and people who join this group or whatever else, they always ask, hey, can Linsay or people inside of this group, can you review my store and give me some pointers and things like that? And my answer all the time is it never has anything to do with what your store looks like. The reason why I say this is because when you are any type of business, I would think, the faster you are to get a result, the better. And when you're worrying so much about what your store looks like, the aesthetics, is the logo correct, the color scheme is good and things like that, you're just procrastinating what really matters to that store, and what matters is sales. You have to get sales, okay? It doesn't matter what your store looks like. I even talk about like the first store that I have when I created, started with Shopify, or any store that I've created since then has always been an ugly store. And once it has gotten into profit is when I actually take the time to actually make it look really pretty, okay? But for the most part, I always start off with like an ugly store. And what I mean like an ugly store is very, very basic. It just have products in there that I do after my product research, after I'm trying to find products that are already winning, okay? And what I mean, like, and as far as like the type of themes that I have used, I think I've mentioned this before, maybe on YouTube, I can't remember, but I've used the 3 themes inside of Shopify, and that's the supply theme. Supply theme converts, okay? Supply, venture, is also Brooklyn, and minimal, okay? Any of those themes, they're all free themes, and they convert, okay? So keep things really, really simple in the beginning. Keep the process simple. Learn actually how to set up a store quickly, get it into profit, and do those things first. Get a profitable store before you start worrying about logos, the color scheme, and all stuff like that. You don't have to worry about that right now. Focus solely on income-producing activities, and those are product research and setting up your ads and scaling your winning products and things like that. So those are things that you need to focus on. So something else that people were asking, like somebody else is asking, could they have my home study course? But they was asking, when can they expect their first sale? There is no definites in business. There are no definites, okay? Some depending on what you're doing or whatever else. But as far as like e-commerce and things like that, you have to get comfortable with experimenting, and you have to get comfortable with testing, okay? So what that means is you're going to find different products or whatever else, and you're going to run ads to that product. And if it's a winner, then of course you want to scale that winner and things like that. And if it doesn't win, then what you need to do is go through the process again, find another winning product, and actually test that product. And so that's the reason why I'm saying that is because there's no definites in that. There are no definites in when you're going to get a sale. I cannot sit here and tell you that if you start up an ad on Facebook on Monday that you're guaranteed a sale by Tuesday. There's no way for me to tell you that, because there's just no way. You have to get comfortable with testing and tweaking and finding those products that work, okay? Somebody else was asking, what to do when the big sellers like Amazon or whatever else undercut your niche or your products. I wouldn't even worry about stuff like that, okay? Because when you think like that, you're already going into the situation with a failing mentality, okay? I'm scared to promote this product because what if Amazon and Walmart start to sell it on it? Who cares what they're doing? You're selling it on your site. Your ad copy is going to be targeted solely to the people that you're trying to reach to purchase that product, okay? Only focus on what you can control. Don't worry about what Amazon and Target and all of them doing. The one thing, if you do want to consider them, the only thing you need to consider them is, as far as when you're promoting a product, make sure it's a product that somebody can't just drive, hop in their car, drive down the street to Walmart or Target or whatever else to purchase it. Because when you remove that factor, that makes your product more unique, and it basically, kind of forces them to buy that product from your store because they want it. And they know that they can't go down the street and get it. So that's the only time you should really factor in what, the big stores are doing as far in that particular case. Something else, let me see if there's anything else that people were covering. So, okay, yeah. So I think that's pretty much what it was. It's a lot of that. I know people are saying like, oh yeah, somebody was asking. I guess they are promoting something and in their store, and they was using like really broad terms. Okay, so you really want to kind of niche down with some of these things. Okay, so like if you're online and you're selling, you're targeting a fishing niche. Honestly, like I wouldn't target fishing right off the bat. There are different sub niches that you can target under the fishing niche that you'll probably have more success with. So you have like what bass fishing, you have sports fishing, whatever type of fishing they have out there. I never really tested in the fishing niche, but there are other things that you can actually target. And then also think about different angles that you can hit. Okay, so somebody who was asking in this group, I can't remember what product that he was selling, but he said he was just targeting, backpackers and travelers. Both of those seem like really, really broad terms. So who else, like let's say if it's like a backpack that you're trying to promote, who else could use a backpack? I mean, yeah, travelers could use a backpack. Yeah, people who are backpacking in Europe could use that. But who else could use a backpack? Maybe people in the survival niche, okay? They want to have all their little stuff. People in like the camping niche. Camping is really broad, so try to see if you can sub-niche that down, okay? Something else I was mentioning in there, like maybe if you target like, stay-at-home dads or whatever else. They don't want to carry like, a diaper bag, with little lambs and dolphins all over it. So maybe you could show them this, this backpack that has all these compartments. So now they're looking like a cool dad. Okay. So now you're hitting different, angles and different audiences by doing that. Okay. So you want to step outside of the box. It's typical to have like a travel book bag and just think, I'm only going to target, people who have traveled. Okay. Think outside of the box. There's other people who could use a backpack that has a lot of compartments on it. There's a lot of people. Maybe a male, was not a beautician, what do they call them? Like it's a lot of men who do makeup these days or whatever else. They could probably use that. They probably want a backpack. They don't want to carry something else. They probably want a backpack that has a lot of compartments they can put all their products in. I mean, I'm just thinking outside of the box. But you see where I'm going with this, okay? So you want to do that as well. Also, if you're trying to promote apparel, I would say if this is your first time with e-commerce and things like that, I wouldn't start off with apparel unless it's custom printed. Like, from one of these apps like T-Launch, Custom Cat, and things like that. If you're getting stuff from AliExpress, from China, I wouldn't start with apparel because, things don't fit. You have to deal with refunds and all the stuff like that. So if you do happen to do it, I would say make sure you order some samples first. Get them in your hand. See what they actually look like before you start promoting those particular items. So those are most of the questions that was inside of that group. I will put a link below this video. I also have links underneath my other video on how to get access to this group. This group is actually for any type of business owner that needs help, but it kind of turned into like people who are getting started with e-commerce and kind of e-commerce newbies and things like that. So you're more than welcome to join this group. Like I said, I did a live stream earlier. If I get a little bit more feedback or whatever else, then I might do some live streams here and there, like Q&A sessions to kind of help people out or whatever the case may be. So hopefully you got some type of value from this. Again, underneath this video, I'm going to put all my information where you can find me on Facebook, the link to my website, the link to this group and things like that. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, and to the next one. Peace.